Today, we'll react to a video by Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews for a case where the ex-wife goes crazy and destroys her ex's property and how it turned out.
Well, here, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
You put your hands
You're
up.
going to jail.
You put your hands up.
You're going to jail. Don't go in my house. You're going to jail.
February 1st, I arrived at Mr. Harrison's residence to pick up our son, Preston, that we share, but he is not legitimized. I did let Mr. Harrison know that I didn't want to talk. I just wanted to get my son.
It doesn't work this way. Communication is necessary, and without it, people resort to chaos.
And leave.
Why the f you lying? Why you always lying?
And he persisted on trying to talk, and I tried to, get my son ready to go, and he persisted, and the conversation escalated.
Oh, yeah.
To the point where I told him to just go in his room and allow me to get my son ready, in which he got upset and grabbed me and told me, watch who the talk to. I responded in self-defense when Mr. Harrison, then he grabbed me and he lifted me in the air and slammed me on the ground. And he lifted me in the air and slammed me on the ground.
How is that possible? Pro wrestlers only manage to do that because both parties are well trained. A normal person wouldn't be able to do so.
Right in front of my son. When I got upset, Mr. Harrison went and grabbed his phone and started recording me and started pushing me out the door. I kept saying, I just want to get my son and leave. I want to get my son and leave. He kept pushing me out the door with the phone in my face. When I knocked the phone out his hand.
How do you do that? How do you do that? What the hell is going on?
And I managed to move past him and grab my phone and my purse.
She just admitted that she's the one who pushed his phone from his hand. The guy was only recording for his safety.
I tried to reach for my son. He then took me to the door and literally lifted me up and threw me out the house.
Sorry?
Get out.
Now, honey, don't do it.
After that, the situation escalated where a reporting was presented to the police, in which I can't speak of because it's an open case.
So what really happened is that she started to break everything and scream, and ultimately got herself arrested.
However, there is against me a no contact order in which I've been honoring, and I have not contacted Mr. Harrison at all since the incident. And since we share a son that has not been legitimized, I had removed him on the pickup list for the son because we do not have a parental agreement. On February the 6th, I received a phone call from the school because Mr. Harrison arrived at the school causing a commotion because he's trying to pick up our son, Preston. The school then, distraught because they didn't know what to do. They're not used to situations like this and they don't understand the Georgia law.
Doesn't matter about that, move along.
So Mr. Harrison, they relieved Mr. Harrison, they released my son to Mr. Harrison.
What's wrong with that? It's his dad.
In which, because we have a no contact order, I had to request a police escort. The officer didn't. Yes.
No contact order because he was arrested?
No, it was a no contact order because I was arrested.
Yeah, because you were crazy.
Because of the footage on the video. So we share a son together, which he isn't legitimized. He took my son from the school, and I had to contact the police.
Police! Police! Help! Police! Help! Police! Help!
To receive a police escort to obtain my son.
Notice how she said her son. It's clearly both their son, not just hers, but she seems to forget that.
The detective had contacted Mr. Harrison. I do not have a police report because Officer Edie did not write a report, but I obtained a copy of the phone call the detective made to Mr. Harrison, in which the call he acknowledges that my son had not been legitimized, acknowledged that there was a no contact order, and in the end, he was advised to get a get my son legitimized. And he was also defiant against the detective when asked to return my son. He said, well, what if I don't return him? Which gives me cause to believe that this may happen again.
I'd never blame a man for wanting to spend time with his son.
Mr. Harrison has, I've not received any information about Mr. Harrison attempting to legitimize my son, but he has emailed me numerous times about contacting me numerous times to pick up my son. Also, I had friends reach out to me when I went to the police station to inquire on how I can protect myself from him contacting me, because I feel like I'm being baited to contact him and avoid him going to my son's school and picking him up. He suggested that I get the CPO.
You know where Miss Free is? Okay. Miss Free, the deputy's looking for you. Is there a pending legitimation? Sir, have you filed one?
No, I'm actually hiring a lawyer. I'm actually about to go for full custody.
Best decision he ever made. I'm single. This makes me feel better when I get lonely. That poor child gets stuck in the middle of this nonsense. Unfortunately, in a parental argument, the children suffer the worst.
I don't care about all that. I just said, have you filed a legitimation case?
Say no.
No, ma'am. No, Your Honor.
So, I'm sorry, everybody, but somebody has messed with the whole system in here. If there's an echo, I apologize. If I mute myself, can't hear. I don't even know how to fix it. Let me hear from you, sir. What about this throwing her on the ground, etc.?
All right. So my son and we share 2 kids together. So for the past 2 years, I stayed right around the corner from my son's school and around the corner from my daughter's school. So for the past 2 years, Monday through Friday, my daughter and my son come over to my house. I go pick up my son from school every day for the past 2 years. All right. So the weekend before February 1st, I have another daughter. Her mom's name is Erica. My daughter had a birthday party and she didn't want the children that me and Miss Simmons share. The children that me and Miss Simmons share together, she didn't want them around my other daughter's mom. So on February 1st, my daughter, she didn't come over my house. And so I was concerned. So I was calling my daughter. She just turned 14. I was calling my daughter and nobody responded to me. Nobody responded to my text. So when she came to pick up our son, when she came in to pick him up, I asked her, I was like, have you talked to Trinity? Because she hasn't came to the house.
It is just wrong on so many levels to stop him from attending his daughter's birthday.
And so she automatically upset, like, yo, I ain't talking to you right now. So I'm like, I just need to know, have you talked to Trinity? Like, is she at your house or is she at my house? I can't hear you.
I just need to know if you slammed her on the ground.
Oh, never. She got upset and she put her hands around my neck. And I said, you gonna do this in front of our son? And so I took her hands off me and I ran to my room and got my phone and I recorded everything on the phone.
That's a smart decision. That's why you always carry your phone with you. So if something goes wrong, start recording.
So and on the video, she's punching me, she's slapping me, she's trying to choke me. And so I called 911 and I requested the police. I said, I have a lady and I got the videos, I could screen.
Day is the day she was arrested?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have video you want to share?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you share your screen?
Always record.
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
Y'all can bring Mr. King on in. As soon as I finish this, we're going to take it up with Mr. King.
I'm getting my son. I'm not touching
I will get him.
Get off
I will get him, bro. I will get
Get
him.
off of me. Get off
I
of
will
me.
get him.
Walk away from me, dog.
Get my house. Just get out
My
my
shit is
house.
over there, and my son
I'm
is
gonna
over
get
there.
him, bro. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this, bro? Just get out. Just get out, bro. All right, that's one.
Fuck out.
I'll get him, man. I'll get him. Just get out my house.
See how the kid is crying. Arguments between parents will only stress out the children.
If I knew you was coming like this, though, I wouldn't have let you in my house, bro.
Touch me.
Just get out. Just get out my
Get
house.
away from me.
Just get out my house. Just get out my house.
I'm trying to get my son.
Just get out my house, bro. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. Just get out my house. Just get out my house, bro. You done already put your hands on me, bro.
No.
You done already
Get
put your
out my
hands
son.
on me. Get out my house, bro. Just get out my house.
Get out of me. course you would. Of course
Go
you
ahead and
would.
get out my house, bro.
I'm sure
I'll
you
bring my
would.
son outside. I'll bring my son outside. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. You done already put your hands on me and tried to choke me, bro.
You just threw me on the ground.
Cause you fuck me, dog.
threw
Go
me on the
ahead.
ground.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Get out my house, dog. Get out my house. I'll get my son.
Even the son didn't want to go out with her because of the way she was behaving herself.
I'm getting him.
I'll get my son, bro. It was my daughter's
I
party.
told you to leave me alone.
It was my
Get
daughter's
that shit off my
party.
face. Get that
It was my daughter's party. How is my daughter's party?
I
And
don't
you don't
want a
want her
pet
there?
down. I don't want a pet
Bro,
down.
just get
I
out
don't
my
want a
house.
pet.
Wow.
You going to jail. You going to jail.
What kind of parent will destroy windows knowing that their child is inside and crying? This is truly sickening to watch.
You going to jail. Jail.
Put your hands on me.
You
Go
going
ahead.
to jail.
Get
Don't go in my house.
Get off
You
of
going to jail. You going to jail.
me. Exactly what you want.
Go ahead, son. Don't touch me.
Get off of
Don't
me.
touch me, bro.
Get off of me.
Get out of here, man.
All right. Anything else from you, Ms. Simmons?
Oh,
Yes,
and
Your Honor.
Oh, let me see if she has anything she wants to say about that.
As you heard in the
Let's see.
video, I stated you just threw me on the floor, and he admitted to throwing me on the floor, and he just stated in open court
You
that he
choked
did
him.
not
He
throw me
defended
on the
himself.
ground. Slight of me.
Defending yourself when someone tries to attack you is a natural reaction.
But this was after I've been assaulted by Mr. Harrison. And in the video, as I was completely honest and letting you know
She ain't buying it.
that the situation had escalated, and I was trying to get my son, and I just wanted to get my son and leave. And he refused to let me get my son and leave. I did not want it to get to that level.
She was on his property, just as a reminder.
Anything else, Mr. Harris?
Yes, ma'am. Again, like I said, I've been picking up my son for 2 years. Like I said in the video, if I knew you was gonna come up acting like that, I would have never let you inside of my house. I got the paperwork with the case number. She went to jail. If I put my hands on her, I would have went to jail. But I recorded everything, according to 911 phone call. I said I do not want to hang up because I do not want to be said that I did something that I didn't do. So she went to jail. And as far as the emails and the TPO requests that she said, and I got screenshots of those too. Only thing I said was, Courtney, I just wanted to see my son. I just want to get my son. So when she called the police, when I picked my son up, it was a Monday. I went to go pick my son up like I always do for the past 2 years. So when I picked him up is when the police officer called me and said, if I don't bring him back, it'll be kidnapping because of legitimation. And I brought him back.
Have anything else?
Shout out to Georgia law.
Anything else you want to tell me?
Yes, there has been incidents with my daughter, with Mr. Harrison in January the 26th. Mr. Harrison and my daughter and my son and another child were at Grindhouse. My daughter had made me aware of him taking my daughter and body slamming her on the ground. The incident was caught on video on the Grindhouse cameras. I had contacted the owner, and the owner indicated that he was going to call the police. I have the recording of the phone call between me and the owner of Grindhouse, and he indicated that he was going to call the police because he can only authorize.
Listen to it. The owner of Grindhouse isn't here.
We don't know if this is true, but assuming it was, the owner would have called the cops instantly. But it doesn't look like it.
According to Georgia law, it's a
I
one party.
appreciate you teaching me that. Let's do this.
Got him.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend you, Your Honor, but this was.
No, you didn't. But there was a lawyer earlier that tried to tell me that an opposing party couldn't call the respondent as a witness.
As a courtesy of respect, never try to teach someone about their own job.
Well, no, he is not here. I can't hear this recording. Is there anything else you need me to hear?
May I play the recording of that was in open records to the phone call to the
Who was
the
the phone
police.
call between?
Between the detective and Mr. Harrison? This is an open records.
It doesn't matter, but the other party isn't here. Both parties have to be here. Anything else?
I have emails between me and Mr. Harrison.
From when?
recently and from the past, we've
What does
also
recently mean? Tell me what recently means.
this year, and in 2018 when I was pregnant with my
About
son.
2018. What is recent? Are they threatening messages, and what is recent? Because this video that I saw, when is Mr. Harrison, is the legitimation case been filed?
No, it hasn't been filed yet. Your
Hopefully
Honor.
never.
When do you plan on filing it?
I didn't know if I should just do the legitimation on my own or get a lawyer, and once I legitimize, to go for the full custody.
When do you plan on? Have you met with an attorney, or when do you plan on doing it?
I'm talking to a couple right now. If possible, I can share a text message that she sent to me a week before while I was at work, where she says in the text message, "I'm gonna make your life hell."
What's truly sad is this man just wanted to spend time with his son, and she stood in the way. If they made an agreement, all of this would have been avoided.
If I can show you the text message and the email.
Text message, and then Ms. Simmons, you can have the last word.
Yeah, it's relevant.
Go on and bring Mr. King in here. Why you pull that up? Let me let these other people.
Yes, ma'am. It was 2 days before the situation happened. She texted me out the blue. She wanted to argue. I even said it. I'm like, it's 2 a.m. in the morning. It's 2 a.m. in the morning, and you want to start an argument while I'm at work. I wanted you to see where I told her, I said, okay, Courtney, you can continue to be controlling and aggressive, but go ahead and text and argue with yourself. And when you want to be grown, you can contact me, because this is what I'm not about to do anymore. She said, you create your own drama. You have done nothing but disrespect me. I'm gonna scroll a little bit more. So I want you to see what she said. She said, I am your worst effing enemy from here on out. Do not think you can sleep peacefully. Rest assured, I will make your life hell. You will regret effing with me.
All right, what else you got to say, ma'am?
This gives more reason to give this guy the custody. Men need to put up security cameras in all angles of their homes. She needs to get charged for damages to his property.
Please respond to that.
These messages were a result of a reoccurring, whenever I break things off with Mr. Harrison, he brings his, mind you, he's married and he has a child with his wife, and which is not Erica. But Erica is a woman who assaulted my daughter. It has relevance, and
Well, it's not, because this isn't against Erica. This is against him and not her.
I like her.
This judge is taking the side of justice, and the fact that she's doing her best at her job has earned my respect and many people's.
So that doesn't matter.
No matter.
This is between the two of you.
May I share my screen and show the email?
Is this between you and Mr. Harrison?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
When was it?
It was November of this last year, and it's just in relation to
emails about.
So Mr. Harrison is texting me.
See, no, you just tell me what it's about. You say it's about picking up the kids. It's about picking up groceries. That's what I want you to do. What is it about?
It's a random message he emailed me of a text message, and it's just showing. It shows how.
Is this a violent email? Is it an email about?
She's reaching.
I have no idea.
I just want to share the email to show the level of harassment.
Okay, share the email.
It's me attempting to create.
Please share the email.
Yes, Your Honor.
As you can see, she's out of options.
Ms. Simmons, you have one more chance. Can you share your screen?
I do apologize about that. I'm not very good with technology, apparently, but I understand how damaging. I came into this courtroom with the understanding how damaging that video would be, and
show the
understanding
damn
that I
text.
had a no contact order.
Right now, there's a no contact order
Against myself. I cannot contact Mr. Harrison.
Listen. Yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
Are you contacting her in any way?
Through email. I ain't know nothing about the no contact.
Okay. That's one of her bond conditions.
I didn't know that.
Let's not forget that she firstly damaged his home and secondly threatened him in the texts.
I do understand I can't play the recording, but on the recording he admits to knowing about the no contact order and that he had not legitimized my son, and he has had our daughter
legitimized. She's done with his boo.
Sorry. Mr. Harris.
Yes.
You have to file a case. She does not have to let you see y'all's child. unless you do that. That's how it is. More of a benefit than that, if something were to happen to you, child could get survivor benefits. If something were to happen to Miss Simmons, as long as you've legitimated this child, the child would go to you as opposed to going to someone else and you being in probate court fighting for get custody of the child that belongs to you.
To you, right.
There are so many benefits. So people not doing this, that's just ridiculous. So you need to do that.
Yeah.
He needs to go for full custody.
Miss Simmons, does your bond order say that you can have contact about the child?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So, Mr. Harrison, you can't contact her anymore. Her bond conditions are going to have to be modified. Do you understand me, Mr. Harrison?
Yes, Your Honor.
Even about your child, you can't contact her. She doesn't have to let you see your child, unfortunately, if she doesn't want to. File your legitimation case. That judge can make any decision that he or she wants to about rights, as far as visitation, parenting time, things like that, okay?
Yes, sir.
But don't put her in danger of getting her bond revoked. Because that video right there, that didn't really look like she was scared of you. I'm denying this, but Mr. Harrison, I'm telling you, stop contacting her.
The reason she's telling him that is because she knows that he's the one that's gonna win. And she doesn't want him to give his ex a reason to turn the tables.
Even about the child. Can't do that. Get a lawyer, file something, and then y'all can talk about it in that case, okay?
Let's all hope this man gets his justice. Well, guys, that was all for today. We'll be back soon.